Okay, so here it is, the Mazda 3 GT 2015. This is the sedan version. I think it's important to start with the exterior appearance of this car. It's simply the best looking car in its class, it seems. And the compact segment is very competitive. It's just Mazda seems to have taken it to a whole new level. If you look at the, just look at the rear bulge over the rear tire, how classy that is. If you look at the lines on the side, the character lines, the rear headlights, it seems evident just by looking at the car that it's in another world. Here the GT has the oversized 18-inch wheels. I'll talk about those later. I'm not sure they're that necessary. However, there's no doubt that it adds to a real athletic stance. Mazda has traditionally sought a competitive edge over the competition, and it has normally always won that fight. Mazda products are generally more sporty looking, they look a little bit better. When you option them up, they come with the bigger wheels. They just have a more thoughtful design. That is Mazda's strong suit. If you look at it from this angle, I just think it looks gorgeous. It looks, my goodness, it looks premium, the car. It really does. Inside this very expensive car, they try to give you the premium treatment. As you can see, it comes all equipped with the leather, and it looks very classy. This little silly gadget, I don't know why they put that there. It doesn't work very well, and it looks like it could break very easily as you're wiping off your dash. It's just not worth it. But nevertheless, the design language is very nice. It's got that little trim around the vents. It's got a nice like metallic line across the dash. It's a very simple layout. The seats are excellent. The leather is softest in class. It's perforated, and they have a really nice design, including a very thin rear back of the seat design, as you can see here in the top left corner. Gives you a lot of room for your legs. The rear space has been, I think, unfairly criticized. It's not as big as its more spacious competitors, but I think it's well in the class. I like the contrast here, the white, the red stitching, the black, the fake carbon fiber trim. It's very tasteful and it's very well done. So as we go up, the rear view mirror is very big. The overall visibility is very good in this car. Some people have complained about it. I don't agree. The trunk space is fine. You're not going to win any records with it, but it's good. Finally, the super styling did not compromise functionality as much as I thought it would. On the road, this car's engine has 185 horsepower, I think. It's very smooth. The drivetrain is excessively smooth. I was expecting something more sporty. Now, I can't say I'm disappointed by that because it feels much closer to its competitors, and it does everything very well. The engine is peppy, however, it's not really strong. You're spending a lot of money for a Mazda 3 GT, and the engine it's not enough. It's just not enough. However, fuel economy is the name of the game, and it delivers on the fuel economy. So I'm not going to complain that the car does something that everyone wants. It's just it's not doing it much better than the base model. So, and that is the theme of this car. The Mazda 3 GT is, what are you getting more than the base model? I'm going to elaborate on this right now. Okay, so various impressions on this car. I think we have to start with the price, because when we're in the compact class, that's where everyone starts. And this car starts way above what its competitors are charging. It's giving you more, but especially in the GT form, it's not giving you enough. This is, if you buy it in Canada with leather, it's $600 a month for 60 months, more or less. It's a $36,000 car. And you can just get so many other cars. I mean, I was speaking to Ross and he said, you know, you can get an Accord, Chris, for this price, a well-equipped Accord. And talk about buying a bulletproof, comfortable car. Now, you're going to tell me it's not the same class. You're right, it isn't. It's a higher class. So you have to pin that to the back of your brain when shopping for this car. The interior is nice. There's a nice leather grip steering wheel. We have soft touch materials on the dash. We have overall a pleasant environment in this car. But once again, is it worth the premium? I'm not sure it is. I just think that the engine is a bit more peppy, and perhaps with the bigger tires you have a better handling, but you have an increased road noise. So when you're paying for more, you shouldn't be compromising, you should be getting better. And consequently, the Mazda 3 GT does not deliver in its premium price. You're better off buying a base model. Sure, you won't have the sound system, you won't have the 18-inch wheels, but that doesn't really make a better car. It just makes a more flashy car, but it doesn't make a better car. The exterior styling is really the principal highlight of this car. I think that's where it has an edge over its competitors. It just simply looks the best. When you used to buy Mazda 3s, you had a good looking car, which had a nice driving. It had a nice interior. It was convenient too because it was available in a hatchback. However, it was horrible in gas. It was therapeutic too because at the front had a nice smiley face. It made you feel good when you looked at the car, but it made me feel depressed. And after 5 years, you were guaranteed rust. So Mazda has overcome many of these critiques, which shows it's a company on the ball. The front end is very nice, the exterior styling is impeccable. The fuel economy, since last year, they've addressed it. It's now, well, it's very competitive in its class. I just think that it's a little too expensive. It's not really the sticker price you have to look at. It's like you have to look at when you build a car, how much are you paying over 60 months? You have to multiply your payment by 60 months, and that's how much you pay for the car. That's how you shop for cars. And the Mazda 3 is consistently more expensive than its competitors. And I'm not sure that you're getting the value for the premium. Definitely so in the GT version. I cannot recommend this car. If you buy this car instead of a base Volkswagen GTI, you're crazy. You're just crazy. You need to get your head examined. I can see why somebody would buy the base or the GS Mazda 3. It's true, it does look better than all its competitors. It even looks better than the Ford Focus. I don't care what anybody says, it looks better than the Ford Focus hatchback. But apart from looks, its competitors are doing equal, perhaps better in the price. So I cannot recommend the GT model, and I recommend if you're buying the base model to shop carefully.